Just how does that feel to finally get that award?
It's good. I mean, just to have the hard work pay off and have it be shown. But I think, testament to all the guys on the offensive line is, to rush for 496 yards. And I just think, if the whole offensive line could have gotten it, it would have been that much better. So
I know it is a team effort, obviously, with the offensive line. But is that a little extra bragging rights, and maybe in the meeting room, say, "Hey, I got this week"?
Probably not bragging rights. I'm not really the braggadocious type, but yeah, it's just cool that have. I mean, I know more. My family members enjoy it probably more than I do, but that was last week, and we're looking forward to holding this.
How much fun is it to impose your will on defense like that? Just to keep pounding them over and over again.
That's a good feeling, as an offensive lineman to just know, whatever is called, that we're going to go out there and execute and do our job, and to have the success with the skilled players that we have around us. It just makes it for a fun day, and I think it was a great team win, a lot of fun. So.
It's like having Duran and Quinn kind of to be the blockers on the goal line.
That's always fun. Just to see those guys walking on the field, everyone's like, oh, here we go. So just to have extra big bodies out there, and just know that we're going to pound the ball. We've done that in the past, obviously, and stuff like that. So I enjoy that and the special package that they bring in. So.
Damian said he's going to do something special for the offensive line. He said he's going to take suggestions for it. What do you want from
Where's
him?
the most expensive place? Take us out to Chuck's or DePalma's or something. No, I don't know. He hasn't mentioned anything to us yet. I'm sure he will this week, but we'll gladly accept his offer.
Ross, you watched film of Vanderbilt last week. Did you see that kind of game coming?
No, I mean I saw a talented defense, and it's hard. I don't know much about the other opponents that they played, so it's kind of hard to measure. Kansas State and stuff like that. And, so I just knew the plays that we were going to run and the game plan that we had coming in. We had a really solid game plan from our coaches, and we had a good week of practice. So I think all those things kind of added up to the recipe for success that we had.
You guys are outscoring opponents 55-3 in the first quarter. What is the script? What's the success like in that first quarter?
Just start fast. We just want to come out and kind of set the tone right away, and just keep it going and kind of put it on them. So I think that's kind of been our mindset going into games, and obviously, like you said, with the scoring differential, it's helped out a lot. So just get that momentum going quick and not start slow like we have in the past.
You guys have had some crazy games with Ole Miss the last 3 years. I mean, what is it about this rivalry that sort of made it perk up a little bit?
I just think, we got some guys from Mississippi, and I'm sure they've got some guys from Alabama. I wasn't raised in the South, but I know that just there's a lot of pride between these two schools, and like you said, they've had our number in the past, and so it'll be a tough game and physical SEC. So they're in the SEC West, so we're gonna have to look to come out and start fast again and just have a good week of preparation. So.
He's been pretty weird though. Why do you think these games, these Ole Miss Alabama games, are always kind of wacky? They're back and forth. Is there something behind that?
Not really. I just think it comes down to execution on our part. I mean, I know in the past we haven't executed the best on offense, at least, and they have had really good offenses in the past as well, and just big playmakers and giving us trouble with that. So, I just think it's going to come down to us and what we do, and just having a good week of practice.
You guys ran a lot of jet sweeps last year with Lane, and this year not so much. Is it kind of weird not to have that play as much of a factor, considering it was such a big element of your offense last year?
Not really. I mean, I just think there was some gray area in it, kind of in the offseason. We tried running a little bit, and some gray area as far as the offensive line goes, at least. So, no, I like getting more downhill, and I think it shows more confidence in us if we're not just tossing it and letting the skilled guys run, but getting more downhill on it. So,
as a player, do you care that it's an 8 p.m. game? Does that even come up at all with you guys?
It's gonna make for a long day on Saturday, that's for sure. Just kind of sitting around and anxious, ready to play the game. So, but I like night games as well. So it kind of, there's good and bad things, but we'll be ready to play.
They were the last team to beat you here. Is there an extra emphasis going into this week to this is your second chance at them here?
We just know that they're not going to be intimidated. I mean, they've been in there, done it before. So, we're just going to have to come out and, like we did last week, just kind of earn their respect and try to play Alabama football.
You guys haven't had turnover since the Auburn game. I mean, is that the thing where the coaches kind of emphasize if you don't make mistakes, probably not going to lose the game? Is that just part of that?
Yeah, they've emphasized that since spring ball. You know, Coach Burns has kind of been the leader of that, just showing clips of guys with loose balls and switching hands to the wrong hand and whatnot. And you know, we've done a really good job of that. And just saying, if we don't turn the ball over, I think our winning percentage chance was like 85% of just winning the game if we just don't even do that. So, you know, we've really made an emphasis of that, and that's always one of our main objectives going into that next week.
When you're doing a traditional running game like you guys have been doing this year, I mean, does that allow you to get a little bit more rhythm as an offensive line? You think, I mean, especially it seemed like that was the case against Vanderbilt, where you just pounding away.
I think running, you know, our bread and butter plays definitely helps. You know, we're more familiar with, you know, all the looks that they're going to give us and whatnot, and just kind of our base calls. You get kind of into some of those more exotic new plays that we haven't, you know, maybe ripped as much. Where I don't know, maybe some people aren't on the same page. So I think, you know, we did that against Vanderbilt, and it did a good job. So
one more.
How much do you like that jumbo package with Wills coming in and kind of having that extra tackle?
Good. You know, I think it just shows that we're going to get downhill and play physical up front, and you know, having an extra guy in there that, you know, knows more of the blocking scheme than, you know, maybe a couple of the tight ends and whatnot, which they do a great job anyways. But you know, it helps us up front and deny penetration for the D-line and just kind of move them off the ball. So.
Do you agree with Nick that was the difference in the game? Those 2 points?
No.
Thanks.